There's some dark times, but this is the sunshine.
Yeah.
There's some dark times, but this is the sunlight. Darkness can't cast out darkness. Only light can do that. This is the light of the movement, resisting tyranny, resisting fascism, resisting authoritarianism.
Yeah.
Resist!
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 So we got somebody coming to the stage as the band. The team is working diligently to clear the stage and break down, but we're trying to keep this train moving, this train to freedom, this train to justice. We've got someone who is the leader of justice. In this, it didn't work. So, all right, that's a good point. Hold on. I like that. I said she's the leader of justice. You said she's not the leader of justice. That's what you said. I like that. So here's what we do. This is the person who is accountable to the leaders of justice. Yeah! The elected person who is accountable for holding people accountable for civil rights violations, for holding people accountable for breaking laws, for holding governmental agencies accountable. She has an amazing story of overcoming hardship, but more importantly, in spite of the hardship she's overcome, she has strived, she has served people, she has created change in her community, in this city, in this commonwealth. Let's give it up for the first black woman elected to statewide office, our Attorney General, Andrea Campbell.
Yeah!
Thank you to my dear friend Rasan Hall. God bless you. Thank you to the organizers, all of the organizations and the people who came together to make today happen. Don't worry, I see you, but you're not going to you're not going to outnoise us. Put it like that. We're with you. We're with you. Thank you, most importantly, to each and every one of you, and I see you way in the back, for being here, standing up for justice, for love, for accountability, for transparency, for our democracy, and most importantly, for our children.
Yeah!
We are here to send a message. In America, we don't have kings.
No!
We have the people.
That's right.
So let me hear you. Who runs this country?
We do.
Let me hear you. Who runs this country?
We do.
I am so proud to be your Attorney General. Even prouder to stand with each and every one of you who refuses to be silent. President President Trump and the federal government are coming for our rights, for our freedoms, for our economic future. We have filed nearly 40 lawsuits against this administration. And nearly 40 times we have looked them in the eyes and said, not on our watch.
That's right.
They came for $3.18 billion in Massachusetts investments, and we protected $3.01 billion in Massachusetts investments.
Yeah.
They came for our public schools, and we protected more than $210 million.
Yeah.
They came for our public health, and we protected nearly $170 million.
Yeah.
They came for birthright citizenship, and we stood our ground, and we're winning that too.
Yeah.
And they will keep on coming, and we will keep on fighting. And if they want to come for Massachusetts, I say this, bring it on. The first time we stood up against tyranny in this state.
Nope.
We may be a small state, but we punch above our weight. I frequently say, I don't know about you, but I feel like Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
We've got the strength of thousands of people here today. Thousands and thousands more all across the Commonwealth. And you should know that when we organize, when we march, when we vote, we win. And let me be clear, this isn't just about being your Attorney General, this is about all of us. The people showing up, speaking out, filing your own lawsuits, protecting yourself, standing up for your people, staying informed. And let me actually say a reminder, if you're not following what your AG is doing on social media, well, start following us on social media at Mass AGO. Stay informed on what we're doing on your behalf. And let me be clear. Each of us is doing our part, and it is enough. Don't let anyone tell you that what you're doing individually is not enough. It is enough, and you are enough. It will take a collective effort to win this fight. No one person can do it by themselves. And let me also be crystal clear on this. I know why I do this work, and I never forget it. I grew up in this city, in South End and Roxbury. I'm really proud of that. All of my parents are deceased. All of my grandparents are deceased. My mom died in a car accident going to visit my father, who was in prison at the time. I didn't meet my father until I was 8 years old because he was incarcerated. And he died while I was a sophomore at Princeton University when I was 19 years old. Fast forward, my twin brother Andre would die while in the custody of the Department of Correction, which oversees our prisons here in Massachusetts, when he was 29 years old. I share my story not because it's a black person story or a poor person story. It's an American story. I know what it feels like to suffer loss. I know what it feels like to suffer deep pain. I know what it feels like to struggle. I know what no accountability looks like. I know what no justice looks like. And let me be clear on this. I also know what faith looks like. I have deep faith not only in the God I serve and the Jesus I serve, but most importantly, I have faith in all of you. I have faith in our people. I have faith that if we stand up and rely on each other and believe in one another, we will win. Yeah. And lastly, I have absolutely no fear. As your Attorney General, I will keep fighting on your behalf, standing up every single day, unapologetic and fearless, because that's what it's going to take. This is our time, our people. This is our time for leadership. This is our time for action. This is our time one for our children and the generations to come.
That's
In
right.
Massachusetts, we don't back down. We are just getting started. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.
Give it up for our Attorney General, Andrea Campbell. Let me hear you say it. Resist.
Resist.
Resist tyranny. Resist.
Resist.
Resist fascism. Resist.
Resist.
Resist authoritarianism. Resist.
Resist.
Resist transphobia. Resist.
Resist.
Resist homophobia. Resist.
Resist.
Resist anti-blackness. Resist.
Resist.
Resist xenophobia. Resist.
Resist.
Resist anti-Semitism. Resist.
Resist.
Resist corporate greed and capitalism that is on steroids. Resist.
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 Resist. Yeah.
No kings. Resist. Fight for democracy. No kings. Kicking out kings since 1776. This is what democracy looks like.
Yeah.
No sign is big enough to list all the reasons I'm here. We can be... Yeah, because this doesn't stop. Oppression doesn't stop.
No.
Racism doesn't stop.
No.
Hatred doesn't stop.
No.
Genocide doesn't stop unless we stand up. Unless we fight back. Unless we raise our voices. Unless we push against the machine. That's what we're here to do. Make sure you see the resource booths so you can get information, so you can get involved, so you can get engaged, so you can get active. Because the people united will never be defeated. 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 Welcome to the stage, Rosie and the Resistors.
Yeah. Yeah. We can't hear you.
And Rosie is the resistor who leads us. She is a resistor named after other famous resistors. Rosie the Resistor is my little red protest accordion. Rosie is named after Rosa Parks, who resisted racism and refused to go to the back of the bus.
Yeah.
She's named after Rosalind Franklin, who resisted sexism, who resisted anti-Semitism to discover the structure of DNA.
Yeah.
She's named after Rosie the Riveter, that symbol of equality of women in the workplace, if not superiority in the workplace and beyond. And she's named after Rosa Luxemburg, who spoke truth to power more than a century ago. This is Rosie, and we all are the resistors.
Yeah.
250 years ago, the people of Boston came together here, and together they said, what did they say? They said, no kings.
No king.
That was just okay. Okay, we can do better. They need to hear us in Washington, D.C. They need to hear us in Mar-a-Lago. So what do the people of Boston say? We say, no kings! That's more like it. Okay, we're going to sing just a couple songs affirming our love for our country. We're going to sing a song, America the Beautiful. And sing along, you all know this.
Oh, beautiful, more spacious heights, for amber waves of grace, for purple mountains, majesties above the free. get the second verse.
Liberating strife, who more than self their country love, and mercy more than life. America, America, God mend thy every flaw. Confirm thy soul in self-control, thy liberty in love. Beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grace, for purple mountains, majesty above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining
You guys are fantastic.
Fine.
Our
I
next
put mine there
song
when I had
affirms
it.
what we need to do.
I couldn't
We
work
are
this
in a
and the flag at the
time
same time. I
of
dropped it twice.
unprecedented challenge. We are facing unprecedented evil. We must stand together. We must affirm, ain't nobody gonna turn us around.
No.
Together.
Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Gonna keep on walking, keep on talking. Gonna bring our country back.
No liars.
Ain't gonna let no liars turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let no liars turn me around. Gonna keep on walking, keep on talking. Gonna bring our country back.
No fascists.
Ain't gonna let no fascists turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let no fascists turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking. Gonna bring our country back.
No White House.
Ain't gonna let no White House turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let no White House turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking. Gonna bring our country back. We're gonna
Nobody.
Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Gonna keep on walking, keep on talking. Gonna bring our country back.
Okay.
Give it up for Rosie and the Resistors. How y'all feeling?
Good. Free.
Hold on. Just this side. This is the stage left. How y'all feeling over here? How y'all feeling over here? How y'all feeling right here? How's everybody feeling? So coming to the stage, we've got my sister in ministry, who is a radical advocate for justice in the spiritual realm, but justice in the lived realm. She has worked for environmental justice and liberatory movements throughout her time as an advocate. She is the pastor of New Roots AME Church. I bring to you Reverend Mariama Wright Hammond.
Hey!
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, guys, you can do better than that. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right, the sun is shining. It is beautiful, and you look amazing.
Woo!
So now, the last time I was here in this exact spot was in January of 2017. And I was actually wearing this exact coat. And I was here hoping, quite frankly, that I would not be here again. Because in January 2017, I was the MC for the Boston Women's March. If you were there, raise your hand. How many of you were here? At that time, we had hoped that if we just made our voices heard, if we stood up, we would not find ourselves here again. But I want us to be honest with ourselves that this is not just about one misguided man. The reality is that we are dealing with a demon that we've been facing, quite frankly, since the beginning of this country.
Yes, ma'am.
So the challenge is that we've been struggling for a long time with the lie that our problems are just because our neighbor doesn't have the right status or doesn't speak the right language. We've been told many times that our problems are not with the people at the top, but the people at the bottom. We've had leaders tell us that they can fix our problems if we just trust them.
Ha ha ha.
But the reality is that we stand here today on hallowed ground. Ground where people have been pushing back on this lie for more than 400 years.
That's right.
We stand on hallowed ground of the resistance of indigenous people of this land.
Yes.
We are surrounded by the spirit of the 54th Regiment right across from the State House.
Yes.
We remember the spirit of Mary Dyer, who was killed because she was a Quaker and hanged right here in Boston. We remember the legacy of Martin Luther King, who has reminded us by the embrace behind us. We remember the Irish Famine Memorial of the many people who came here just trying to live. We remember the statues of Abigail Adams and Lucy Stone and Phyllis Wheatley that are on the Commonwealth Hall.
Yeah.
We remember the Paulus Center, which in the 1970s was one of the first places in the world to reenact the doctrine of sanctuary for Vietnam War resistors right here in Boston. If the truth is that you feel a little bit discouraged, I want us to remember in this moment that others have been here before. And let's be honest, one of the big critiques of us is that we are just out here because we hate this country.
No.
But the reality of this country is that it didn't get the way it is because people settled for the okey doke.
That's right.
From the very beginning, we have known that we can do better. Many people are evoking the words of the Founding Fathers, but I gotta be honest, when the Founding Fathers wrote those words, they weren't thinking about me. It's true. They weren't thinking about a black woman. They weren't thinking about many of you. But I believe that our Creator was thinking about us. I believe that even then, there were folks that knew that this vision, for it to be true, would take sacrifice and it would take struggle. So we are here, standing in the tradition of the best of who this country has always been. And I want to make a quick appeal, particularly to those who consider yourselves people of faith, because I believe that there has been a deep perversion of our sacred traditions in this moment. I know from the bottom of my heart that God does not call us to hate. And so I want to encourage more of us who consider ourselves people of faith to stand on the truth that God calls us to radical love and not to beating down our neighbor.
Yeah!
So I want to close today and ask us to turn to each other. We've got leadership that's told us to turn against each other, to turn a blind eye, but I want us to take the time to turn to each other. And so I'm going to ask you to join with me in a chant. But I don't want you to look at me while we chant. I want you to look at each other. And so it says, we the people.
We the people.
We the people.
We the people.
Now look at each other. We the people.
We the people.
We belong.
We belong.
We belong.
We belong. To each other.
We belong to each other.
We belong to each other.
No kings.
No.
We the people.
Let's give it up for the Reverend Maria, the White Hammond. So I know you see the band setting up. For that, we've got some people who are in Washington, D.C. on a regular basis fighting for you and for me. They are fighting against authoritarianism and tyranny. They are representing Massachusetts in a way that we should be proud of. And even if we've got disagreements, they're going to still keep fighting for it. Let's give it up for our junior and senior senators from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Elizabeth Warren, and I'm here to say, no kings! Now, Boston knows a thing or two about kings. Boston knows that in the United States, there are no thrones, there are no crowns, there are no kings. We've known that since 1773, when Boston dumped the Thames water. We've known it since 1776, when Boston pushed King George's army out of this city.
Yeah!
We've known it since 1787 when we helped draft the Constitution of the United States of America.
Yeah!
Now, Donald Trump wants to put on a shiny little crown and prance around and pretend that he is a monarch. But Donald Trump is not a king. Donald Trump is a bully.
Yeah!
So, what's happened to the Republicans in Congress? They know that Trump is not a king, but they seem to have lost something. Not a single one of them has a spine.
Yeah!
The only movement these Republicans can manage is to bow down to Donald Trump.
Boo!
Now, when you ask these Republicans about today, they claim a No Kings rally is anti-American. They are right.
Oh, yes they are.
Hundreds of thousands of people protesting peacefully for what they believe in. That is deeply American. That is patriotism.
Yeah! Resistance!
Standing up to protecting health care for millions of Americans. That is patriotism.
Yeah!
Defending federal workers who make our country run. That is patriotism.
Yeah!
Saying no to troops that occupy our cities. That is patriotism.
Yeah!
And peacefully protesting to protect our democracy. That is patriotism.
Yeah!
Now, Donald Trump has miscalculated. Trump thought that doing one terrible thing after another would scare us, would make us curl up in a ball. He thought it would make us give up. Trump is wrong.
Yeah!
Donald Trump is weak. Donald Trump is a bully. And when we don't bow down to kings or bullies, they start to lose their power. So now is the time for us to say it clearly. Do we bow down to kings?
No!
Do we bow down to bullies?
No!
Do we bow down to Donald Trump?
No!
No! The American people do not bow down.
Yeah!
So let's give a cheer for every patriot who showed up today.
Yeah! Woo!
Let's give a cheer for every patriot who says they will not bow down.
Yeah!
And let's give a cheer for every patriot who stands up for the United States of America. And now, the best partner in the Senate I could ever hope for, Ed Markey.
Elizabeth Warren, a warrior on the floor of the Senate every day.
Yeah!
So it is important to be here together in this moment, because it is a moment that demands truth. It demands truth about corruption that is being spread in our country. Just 3 weeks, Donald Trump's sons and family raked in $1.3 billion in cryptocurrency. Didn't even exist when he was inaugurated. The United States Supreme Court has given a green light to racial profiling in our country. Greed, corruption, injustice, hate. We simply cannot the dark of this moment and the concentration of power in Donald Trump, in masked ICE agents, in billionaire CEOs. Too much is in the hands of too few, and too many have too little. But here in Massachusetts, we do not bow to kings. We do not bend to authoritarianism. We do not believe in dictators. The nation that we have loyalty to is the United States of America. And Donald Trump is a walking, talking constitutional crisis every day that he is in. Massachusetts is where the moral debates of our time start. We are where democracy was started, right here on Boston. Right here, the suffragette movement, right here, the same-sex marriage movement, right here, the healthcare movement, right here, the revolutionaries. Of Massachusetts, because we have always stood on the front lines of democracy. That's why Donald Trump has declared war on us, war on Massachusetts, our workers, our way of life, Medicaid, gone, gone, Department of Education, gone, gone. That should be gone is Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Get him out.
Donald Trump does not want to make America great again. He wants to make America hate again. But I believe that in every dark and chaotic hour of our nation's life, it is the strength and the resilience of our people that have led the way. The Minutemen and Minutewomen who gathered here 250 years ago, they were knocked down, but they stood back up, they fought, and they won. The abolitionists were knocked down. Did they give up? No. They got up, they fought, and they won. Those suffragettes, they were knocked down. Did they give up? No. They got up, they fought, and they won. When Martin Luther King Jr. and to win. Because here in Massachusetts, trans people, because trans rights we stand for science. We stand with all of our federal workers who are being illegally fired, and we stand with our immigrant neighbors